Good morning. It is Thursday. It's Thursday still. January 8th. This is the Automotive State of the Union. How to make sure it was recorded. You know what I mean? I'm Paul J. Daly. It's Kyle Mountsier. We're talking about Ford's mechanics, Ford's hands-free driving, and ChatGPT. Listening to what we said yesterday on the show and reacting in record time.
Record time. They said bet. Exactly.
Yeah, they did.
They said bet. I love it. Like the pace right now is so insane. I can't even. It's so insane. Like I thought that the pace of technology growth. Do you remember? There was like a stat. This was 3 or 4 years ago. It was so early when we started the pod. We mentioned this stat a few times about like how much data is created in the world. It was like basically we were doing as much data in a year that used to be 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's run that stat. Like, are we doing the amount of data in the world now in like a day that used to be 10 years? It has to be. Like, I can only imagine the amount of lines of code, the amount of storage,
data centers,
video,
chips,
image,
RAM. Yeah,
it's got to be.
It really is. Wow, that's staggering to think about. I do remember that stat. We'll have to look that up. We'll get back to you on that. Yesterday we had a great webinar. Fantastic. You can still check it out. Talking about AI that works as hard as you do, practical tips for faster sales with our friends at Automotive Mastermind. You can still go. It's still up. You can go to so2.com, sign up so you can get the recording. You don't have to wait for anything now. You just watch it when you want, which is what everybody really wants. I don't demand webinars. Give me the webinar right now. You can get it right
now. Play it at 1.5x and be done with it. You know.
Also, nadaparties.com has hit the mass adoption curve. We made a post where it's like ripping. We have a little curve in the spot where the inflection point like goes up now, like 400 users a day, and it's going to keep going up. And we're like, this is you missing out. The little dot.
Don't miss out.
Don't miss out. Go to NADA Parties. If you have a party that you are putting on, a company, an event, a breakfast, whatever it is, we want it to be listed on the site. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So please go there and do that so that people know what's going on. And if you're looking for where to go, times, sign-up sheets, and all that, we've aggregated it all in one place. Thank you to our friends at Clairvoy for helping us make that a possibility. NADAparties.com. Don't be the one that's sitting at home by yourself with nothing else to do and you didn't know what it was.
Don't do that.
No, but it started yesterday. All right, let's talk about some Ford news. Actually, 2 Ford stories today. Front of the house, back of the house, eyes off the road is Ford's new promise, and it's coming sooner than people expected. Ford announced an eyes-off driving system. I guess that would be considered level 4 autonomy, launching in 2028, debuting its new universal EV platform. The platform's going to support up to 8 affordable EVs, including a $30,000 midsize pickup. AI assistant coming to the Ford and Lincoln app in 2026, and vehicles like the Expedition and Navigator in 2027. So we're just going to release those later. Ford is vertically integrating hardware and software to reduce driver assist system costs by 30%. Here's Doug Field, Ford's chief EV digital and design officer. That's a big job. He says too many companies have outsourced the whole soul of their machines. We chose a more difficult task. I think he's right. It's definitely the more difficult task.
Yeah, it's way more difficult. Still a question mark on that. You know, as the last 4 years have gone, obviously these automakers have probably hired and brought in hardware and software specialists, where it's becoming a lot more attainable because they recognize they needed to become software companies. So I think we'll see that shift. 2 years ago, I was like super bullish on don't build anything, please, OEMs. But the dependency of tech, hardware, and software adoption and implementation is getting so high that every company is becoming a tech company in some way. Man, this is, I think, one of the first times that Ford has come out and like put a tech stance on the ground, not just an EV stance, saying that they're going to have eyes off.
A long time ago,
or by 2028. That's really not too far away. That's 2 years away. That means it's already in R&D and testing, and they already understand that there's a good chance that they're going to hit that kind of deadline, especially for the type of company that they are. They're not a Tesla where they can just miss deadlines all over the place. So I'm super excited. You have Blue Cruise, and it's like one of the best out there already from the legacy manufacturers.
There's one problem with it.
Okay.
It's $50 a month. I'm out.
Wah, wah.
I always think about that. How is it $50 a month for a Blue Cruise that you use in highway driving? It's like I would have paid for it if it was like 15. I'd be like, because I've used it a few times and it's nice to have. But $50, I have to believe there's 3 or 4 people that will pay $15 for every one person that pays 50. And don't they want all the data?
I know.
Training data? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. What do we know? What do we know?
So everyone's going to be forced to
wear hats to work every day. What do we know? Speaking of people that wear hats to work a lot of days.
Hey.
Segue.
That's right.
If I was a tech, I'd be backwards hat guy. Let's talk about the $160,000 a year Ford mechanic job that nobody wants. Huh? Ford has 5,000 open service pay jobs, some paying over 120,000, but techs say the path there is grueling and costly, with few making it to the top. Ted Hummel, who is a senior master tech in Ohio, made $160,000 in 2025, but he said it took him over a decade to reach that point. Entry-level techs often start at under $10 an hour, not in New York, and must invest tens of thousands of dollars in tools and training. The flat rate pay system, they say, rewards speed, not hours work, but also means zero pay when work is slow. Physical strain is also intense. Many leave the profession due to injury before reaching top pay. Here's Ford CEO Jim Farley, says this is a nationwide crisis, saying a bay with a lift and tools and no one to work in it.
Yeah, I agree with it's definitely like hard for techs to grow in a lot of places, but I'm going to call, I don't know. I'm kind of, I got
Wall Street Journal and I aren't friends on this one.
Because here's the thing. I know so many dealerships that are like paying ridiculously top dollar, even for training programs, because they need to fill techs
and tools,
and they're giving tools and training and buying the ASC certification and giving you mentorship and making sure that you have a bay to work in. And like, so
the formula
really
is out there.
Interesting for me. Yeah.
The formula is out there. I think some of the things in here, it took me 10 years to make $160,000 a year with no college education, no formal career path. It's like, okay, you talk to an 18-year-old and let's check in and see how much they're making at 28. There aren't too many 28-year-olds that went through college that are making $160,000 a year. So I think that argument even as well, it's like, can you imagine making 160 grand at 28, 30? No, let's go.
And it's totally doable. And if you start in a dealership, you're not starting at $10 an hour. That's like Firestone level.
Yeah, I think that the dealers who want, minimum wage in New York is like $15 an hour,
right?
$16 an hour. Here's the deal. I think that every dealer that's paying attention to this already knows how to win this game, and they're winning this game. The playbook exists. I think Ford would be well served to train its dealers and its dealerships on the ones who are doing it really well and trying to implement some of those programs across the country. Like, go talk to our friends at CMA, go talk to our friends at Bozard Ford.
Well, actually, Bozard is going to be leading some training for Ford. We found out about that, and they're across the nation. So here we go.
They're on the right path.
I think that this is a Wall Street Journal clickbait a bit, but I will say that the problem is that we're educated on the knowledge that there are many places where you can find good work and find career paths. Broad scale education is where we're missing it as an industry. Yes. So if you're not taking this article as a company, replaying it on social and telling a better story, that's where we're missing it.
There you go. Jason Fleming chiming in on YouTube today. It's easy, exclamation point. Grow the next generation of techs and pay them well. We agree. It's actually very simple. Yeah. Maybe simple, not easy. Apparently, or more people would be doing it. Speaking of
more people doing it, simple, maybe not
all
easy.
The things, all those ChatGPT listening to what we were saying and executing in hours.
Look, yesterday we ran this thing about people asking ChatGPT for health and legal stuff, and ChatGPT said, bet. They entered the health chat by rolling out ChatGPT Health, a new experience designed to help users navigate health information more confidently by connecting medical records and wellness apps securely to AI. Over 230 million people already use ChatGPT weekly for health and wellness questions. The health experience, though, is separate from general ChatGPT chats with extra layers of privacy and encryptions. Users can link data from apps like Apple Health, MyFitnessPal, and Function for more personalized advice. Medical info stays isolated within health and is not used for training any foundational models. The input came from 260 plus physicians executing over 600,000 request questions and feedback sessions. And it's designed to support, not replace clinical care. OpenAI said in the announcement, helps to understand patterns over time, not just moments of illness.
So it seems like an analysis tool to me.
Yep.
more than right, especially with those last statements. I wonder, because like I've used ChatGPT quite extensively for health questions and developing fitness and developing eating and trying to measure things. I wonder if they shut it down in a way that other models don't, right? Like I'm
Right.
not a doctor. I can't answer that for you, right? Because when I use mine, I like
Oh, I'm
train
sure.
it in a way where it's like, I know you're not a doctor. Here's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to, like to base it
Yep.
on data,
And
base it
and
on
he
clinical research.
to the point of it that they said like not just moments of illness. We even said yesterday, if you go in and like I have a headache, it's going to say you have cancer, right?
Right. Easy.
But the rationale here is like any good doctor is going to go and perform a history questionnaire, and it's going to say, all right, tell me about your daily habits, tell me
Yes.
about your family of origin, what's going on. And so when you think about like including a bunch of, if you have an Apple Watch and you have your health data, you can see trends over time, you can see sleep patterns, you can maybe
Take your own blood pressure. You can do,
take all these things. And then I mean, like my doctors use an app for communication and blood work and things like that, so imagine you can link those up to it. I think that the lesson here is that contextual analysis over time is the thing that AI is best at when it's fed the right data.
I think the
And we can
contextual,
apply that to auto, right?
oh, go ahead, apply it to auto before I.
Well, yeah, the way that you apply that to auto is don't ask, things that require contextual analysis, point solution questions, right? What should I do in my dealership to sell more cars this month? Well, it's going to give you some really generic answers that are broadly scoped across all of marketing.
Show up early,
articles,
respond to your leads, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think with this, like you said, AI tools can help with broad context and multiple input points. I think one of the things in health, and likely one of the things in the auto industry, when you start to analyze things, the most helpful thing is multiple points of input a long time in a chronology that allows you to see why changes are happening, when they're happening. And I think that's been a huge void in the medical industry, because people only go to the doctor once in however. And if you can now track symptoms, track dates, and GPT can generate, I think, a standardized way to present that to a physician from a platform that they trust, right? If this is developed in a syntax that they say, yeah, we'll accept this syntax, I think it could be a total game changer.
It could be.
All right. I think we've done enough. Let's see what they do tomorrow. Look, whatever it is, it's Thursday. We're ripping into a weekend. It's what better time to be in the car business? No better time than this. Thanks for being here with us today. We'll see you back here first thing tomorrow morning.